Hi everybody, Gerone Wright here again with another amazing discovery of mine. This is something a little different than what of the regular of what I'd be doing of showing you encryptions and Renaissance artists' artworks and images of Jesus and all of that thing of sort. But anyway, all right, I'm going to identify where UFOs um, are coming from and where sightings in our airspace and all are derived from. Okay, and this is the first time that you ever heard this. Now, this video is new to YouTube. However, I have made this discovery some time ago, and I posted it in my alien UFO forums. I think probably maybe about a year or so ago, maybe two years ago, and I actually posted it in the forum. And it's the first time that you ever actually heard anything of the sort. So, but anyway, I'm gonna bring some reality to that of why we are seeing UFOs in our airspace. Okay, so what do we have up here? This image is an image of Earth. Earth is in the middle here of all of this. These little specks that you see. So what are all these little specks that you see all around Earth? Well, they are orbiting satellites of our planet. Okay, and since 1957, over 4,600 satellites have been launched into Earth's orbit. Okay, and there are currently over 6,000 satellites orbiting our planet right now, and all of these little specks that you see are satellites, okay, and or debris, i.e. space junk, such as things left over from NASA's missions, fuel tanks, cylinders from the launches, so forth and so with there. Okay, now out of all of those satellites that are orbiting our planet, 4 of them are beyond Earth's orbit. So the rest of them are within Earth's orbit there. 400 of them are beyond Earth's orbit. Alright. Only about 800 of these satellites are functioning. So the rest of it is just junk. Just sitting there. Look at this, people, all around our planet. Alright. It looks like a space junkyard. Alright. Now, my thing is with this. This is what my discovery. Let me go right to my discovery on what I found here. That there are satellites that range from cylinders to capsules, you name it, to orbs, you name it, are orbiting our planet. Okay, and it is my position that these objects, which vary from all types of alloyed metals to aluminums, I mean, you name it, it is my position that these objects in space are absorbing the energy of the sun. And what is happening, let me bring up one of the objects. And what is happening is that reflections from the energy of the sun, like an overhead projector, think of it as an overhead projector or a giant camera. The radiation of the sun is being absorbed, and then these objects are reflecting the energy in the forms of sometimes of images back into our world, into Earth's atmosphere, through Earth's atmospheric layers. And imagine catching a cloud or catching darkness, and the image is being projected almost onto like a screen. The Earth's skies become the screen for the object that is out here, projecting that image back in. And what we have, people, is a giant drive-in movie theater in our skies. Now, what kind of images can we expect? There have been UFO sightings of cylinder objects. in our airspace, and there are others. There have been cylinder objects with multiple windows. There have been sightings of aircrafts. Here's another satellite. I might have to back off some. Let me back off here. Where we at? Let me back off. Look at this, people. Imagine this from the underbelly. These appearing as wings. Look at this satellite here, people. Look at that. Looks like a unknown aircraft. You see that? All satellites, people. Imagine the sun heating this object up, radiating this object to the point to where it becomes almost like a photogenic object that sends its image projected back into our Earth's atmosphere in this likeness. Imagine how that would actually be. Imagine that appearance reflected from space back into our atmosphere, onto cloud layers or into Earth skies. You see, people? And then what happens? Let me see where we at here. Here's another one. Imagine this object being captured either from either end, and the energy from the sun and the image is being projected. Look at that, people. Could you imagine that? And some of these objects have a bunch of lights on the bottom. Imagine the energies. People seeing objects, circular objects with lights on the bottom. Imagine this being projected back. Now, we have over 6,000 of these, of such like objects, some from Japan, Russia, all across the globe. I have identified each UFO sighting with being that in likeness of a comparable object in space, people, of one of these objects. Each UFO sighting can be compared to one of these objects that is here. People, I mean, the evidence here is overwhelming. You have to look at that first before you can look at anything else. How can we make claims that there is an alien object coming from another world and from a distant planet when we have all of this junk to sort through first to identify with? People, I hate to do it to you, but the UFO thing is out the window. It's gone. We cannot claim UFO sightings anymore. They're done. You know why? Because we have too much of our own debris and junk in space to verify these objects with, or to identify these objects with. This is my discovery that I saw this, and I mean, it's something that is in me that causes me to look at these things for what they really are. And people, if you are a logical and a reasonable person, then you have no other alternative but to agree with me. You know, how can we claim that there are UFOs coming into our world from distant galaxies, distant solar systems, or wherever, and being seen in our atmosphere, or in our airspace, when here I am giving you a logical explanation for why these objects are being seen? We have the sun's energy capturing these objects, and almost like an overhead projector or a photoing device, these images are being relayed through the energy of the sun, and through the chemistry of space. Let's say the chemistry of space and the chemistry of our atmosphere and our airspace. These images are being played from here to there. Look, let's give it to you again. Here's the dark room. The sun is the radiation, is the energy. Well, let's imagine the sun is over here somewhere. from the dark room, a snapshot of being taken of these images and being flashed into our world, giving us a perfect picture image of what is out here back inside of our world. Now, there's a problem with that. First of all, I'm gonna talk about some other things. Since I have a little bit of time here, let's talk about this for a minute. People, first of all, this is a serious problem. You know what I mean? This is almost like out of sight or out of mind. You know, it's amazing how our government regulates how we can't even park unlicensed or unregistered cars in our own yard, or you can't store trash and all this. We have all of these restrictions and regulations inside of our world about junk. I mean, NASA is boasting of traveling out and putting a man on Mars in the near future here. I think I don't know what is it, by 2020 or the 2014 or something. But anyway, that's not even important. But what is important is that they have to fly through this junk to get there. People, imagine the risk that these satellites are putting human lives on the inside, mankind. Imagine this, people, this junk around our planet. NASA needs to figure out how to clean this mess the hell up. NASA and our other global leaders that put this junk here need to figure out how to clean this mess up first before they travel into distant planets. Look at this mess. Imagine the health issues that this is causing for the people that are inside on the planet. Now, let me just draw one scenario for you. Just one of the many that are there. I mean, we all know that this stuff can actually lose gravity and come falling back to Earth. We already know that already. Okay, that's one hazard. But let me give you another hazard that is more detrimental than even all of that. Now, I just told you that through my paranormal experience and encounter, which is genuine, that it is my idea, my thoughts, what I can see, my vision, that these objects are absorbing the sun's energy and reflecting that back into our world. Now, let me take you somewhere. Let me take you. I'm taking you in an imaginary place now. Imagine these objects absorbing the heat of the sun, intensifying it, becomes radiant, like a magnifying glass. Now, all of these objects on a daily basis, on a continuing basis, absorbing the sun's energy, and then re-emitting it times 10, times 20, like a magnifying glass, back into our world. What do you think is happening, people? What do you think is happening to our atmospheres? Our atmosphere layers, like a magnifying glass. Couldn't this be a key to where global warming could possibly be initiating that? Think about it for a minute. Imagine all of these objects as being magnifying glasses and taking on the sun energy and re-intensifying their energy and directing it back into our world. On the glaciers, on all parts of our planet. What do you think is happening, people? What do you think is happening? Imagine that. All of these magnifying glasses around our world, capturing the sun energies and magnifying it in through our atmospheric layers and reheating times 20, times 30. There's no scientific study of it because nobody never actually said this before but me. You know what I mean? So imagine. Now, here's another thing. These are artificial objects. Okay? Our planet is of organic materials. Look at this. Imagine this nest of artificial objects varying from different materials. Imagine what this is doing to Earth's orbit. That's another possibility. Causing the orbit of our planet to change. Because they should not be there. These are artificial objects. They do not belong in space. That's another possibility. These objects are putting our entire planet at risk in every which way imaginable. Now, I'm going to sum this up by saying this. We accept this for the same reason that we accept religion. You know why? We accept this because our fear of the unknown, of what is outside of this. The same exact thing with religion. We accept religion through our fear of the unknown, of what would happen to us if we didn't. It's amazing that things like this become alright when you believe that the cause for it all is outweighed by what is unknown out here and what we're supposedly being protected from through this technology of these objects being here. This is supposed to be our protection, but yet this is the very thing that is killing us. Same thing with, I can almost say that with religion based on my other discovery. You have to look at my other videos for that, but I'm not going to go into that. But those that we believe that are protecting us are the ones that are destroying us. I found that to be the case here with these objects in space and what NASA is doing through their explorations, and through religion of what I've been bringing to you in my videos, which are going towards the number count of 90 now. Okay, of what I found and what the real cause for mankind and existence and the origins of mankind is. Now, I'm gonna sum up another thing here for you on this here. Imagine Earth as being a living organic thing, which it is in my findings. Imagine this being your eyeball. Same thing, you know what I mean? Now, imagine little small microorganism, mutant creatures living inside your eye, which we call an infection. Imagine them at any time that they so choose, they discovered a way to fly in and out of your eye. In and out of your eye. Ultimately, you either develop cataracts, you go blind, you're destroying your pupil and your eyeball. Just say you're destroying the substance of your eyeball. So all of these flights in and out of Earth's atmospheric layer. Look at this. Over 6,000 is the count thus far. Imagine what is going on here. It's creating an affected area. It's weakening our atmospheric layers that do not have the time to heal from all the devastations that is caused by these launchings out into space. If NASA does not have a way to fix this problem that it is causing, trying to fly off to somewhere else, I mean, so people, how in the hell do we play back in our minds, or how can we even rationalize that we have the technology to live somewhere else in space when we do not even know what the hell is going on with our own planet, or to clean this mess the hell up that we're making trying to get somewhere else? We're shitting where we live. This is a mess. This is a mess. This needs to be addressed I done took your UFOs away from you. I done took God away from everyone. I done took all of these things away because in reality, everything that I have discovered is touching at the core of all that is reality. I am showing you something, people. I mean, I have had a genuine, true experience. It's time to wake up and believe in yourself and believe in reality and look around you, people, to what is really happening. These fear tactics that are being used against us stop you from seeing the truth behind this, what is in ancient Christianity and religion. I'm not accusing all religion. I'm accusing ancient rooted religion to be called pagan-like worship. Okay? All of the later religion is just taking it and just riding on something that, in my mind, they know nothing about. I'm talking about current. I'm talking about our local churches. I'm thinking of those, not the ancient rooted stuff like the Vatican and Hindu worship. I'm talking about ancient rooted religion that has the ancient rooted beliefs. That has, you know what I mean? Because the people in our local communities have no idea. They're blindsided by all of this and the other stuff. Okay, but I'm not going to go into detail. Look at my other videos, people. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to take nobody's religion from them, nobody's belief, and I'm not trying to do none of that. What I'm telling you is that I discovered something that is totally opposite of that what we're supposed to believe. Okay? I'm talking about the UFO thing here, and I'm talking about in my other 80 plus videos, I'm talking about ancient rooted religion. People, the evidence of everything that I have discovered is overwhelming. You know what I mean? I done tapped into something that is far greater here. Alright, I have 80 plus videos here on my Geronification channel. You can also catch me on Alien UFOs, where I first released the information on this. Again, these cylinder-like objects that we are seeing in Earth's airspace. Where are we at here? Look at this. This is just a piece of one of them right here. That's just the... can we get that over? Okay, let's get that over. These objects. Look at some of the things that are played back. If you see on Alien UFOs, or not Alien UFOs, on some of those shows that are showing these objects, these they're doing remakes. I'm not remakes. What in the hell are you calling that? Well, anyway, people's accounts of what they saw. Okay, look at this. These cylinder-like objects. This is identical to what what's being seen, or what these people are claiming that they're seeing in our airspace. Of course, if you've seen something like this here, this satellite reflected, the image of this reflected back in a photogenic way back into our planet's atmosphere. It's not there in reality, but you see an image of it there. What do you think? Of course you're going to think this is a UFO, because you're saying, gosh, this is not supposed to be there. This is not no type of airplane or anything. This is not no type of weather balloon. This is a UFO. Because you know why? Because an object that is in space, you're seeing now inside of our atmospheric layers. You're damn right. This is a UFO. Because you know that this is not no flying object that is known to you. Come on, people. Every single object that is claimed to be a UFO, if you take the accounts that are being made globally on our planet, you can identify them or associate them with each and every satellite that is in our Earth's orbit. Identical. You can make a perfect match to each account to what is orbiting our planet. First time you ever heard that, people. First time you ever heard that. I wonder why. Never heard that before. And what I am saying carries great weight and logic, because the chemistry and the energy from the sun and from our space and from our planet creates the scenario that in which I am presenting to you. Like an overhead projector that is in a classroom, or a photo device, a photo taking device, like a camera. The radiation of the sun snapping this image and sending it back into our world, which is finding a place. Let's say a cloud, and as it comes through, it's stronger. The energy, the image is strong, but it slows down enough to where it's captured on the clouds. It's penetrating our atmospheric layers, and at the point of it slowing down, the image that is actually sent is there, and is carried on the energy of the rotation of the planet and on the sun. And then when it's in a certain location, that people talks about how it shoots off. This is where it takes up speed, people, and then turns around, and through the chemistry of our planet between the sun and it takes off because it's lost. So it shoots off in a direction, almost like a signal being lost. It takes off like this speed, or speed of sound, or speed of light, because it's a signal that is lost. So it's shoom, it disappears. So people saying this thing shoot off in a direction at a crazy amount of speed. People, it all is answered. UFOs are no longer, no more. They cannot be looked at. The next time you think of a UFO, think of this. Think of what I have discovered through my paranormal experience and encounter, and shown you. And this is not just the. This is not just part. This is just part of it, people. There is much more to be realized. There is much more to be realized. This is just a small pinch of that. Hold on, where we at here? This is just a small pinch. Is that upside down? But look at these objects. I think it's upside down. Look at these objects. Imagine these objects reflected back in the way that I say, back into our airspace. Look at that. Each and every object that has been claimed to be a UFO sighting in Earth's atmospheres, and Earth airspace, can be identified to that of one of the many of the 6,000 satellites that are in our airspace. How much sense does that make, people? Look at this crazy object. This is one too. Look at this flat object here. Look at that. Look at that. All of these objects have a twin in UFO sightings. You know why? Because that's what they are. That is what is being seen by people. The energy and the chemistry of the sun with space and our planet are creating images of these objects to be reflected back into our airspace. And that is your UFOs, peoples. Now, stay tuned, because I can also give you why people are seeing aliens, or where aliens originated from, and why aliens appear in our ancient history, and the images of where the image of aliens originated from. I can do that, people, because I have a true paranormal experience and encounter. Okay? And I would not be suggesting these things. Absorb this video right here, and I'm going to get going. I just wanted to do something different to give you an idea that I don't just see images and all, too. I claim to have all of this higher knowledge and all of this, you know what I mean, everything going on with me paranormally. So I wanted to give you something different. You never heard anyone explain this before, except through me. Now, this is not new, people. I have put this on my alien UFO site over some year to 2 years ago. Okay, so this is not new. But this is my discovery. All right. Thank you. I'm gone. Gerone Wright. Stop.